But before that, as we said, big breaking news in the world of boxing. Turki Al-Sheikh, there's been an official announcement now that indeed Anthony Joshua will take on Tyson Fury, but he will also be having a warm-up fight. Here to chat about that and more is our own Spencer Oliver. Hi, Spencer.
Andy, Paul, how are you both doing?
Yeah, good. I mean, he's not officially. He's put out this little cryptic tweet. Have we got any more as yet on that?
No, so we're hearing that Anthony Joshua is returning to the ring. It's going to be July the 25th, and the opponent that is supposed to be, or the rumours that are circulating, is a guy called Christian Penga, an Albanian now living out in New Jersey. He's had 21 fights, 20 wins, and 20 KOs. So, yeah, interesting.
Is it a risk?
Comeback for Anthony Joshua, but more importantly, great to see him back in the ring.
Yeah,
it is. Sorry, Spencer. I was going to ask you: is it a risky opponent?
Is he? I mean, I wouldn't think they would want to be taking that risk. But I mean, even if he were not to win, I doubt if it would derail this fight. But still, I take it they've been very careful in the selection of their opponent, haven't they?
Yeah, I would say that. So I've been looking at Christian Penga, and I'd be quite confident if I was Anthony Joshua or Anthony Joshua's team in this opponent. Yeah, his record is very impressive. All his wins have come by KO, 20 of them wins. That one loss was to a guy. That was back in 2017, though. So, he has improved since then, but it was just to a guy that was a sort of a mediocre sort of fighter, really. But that happens in heavyweight boxing. He's come back. He's done nothing wrong. Won all of them inside the distance. So, look, it's a good challenge for Anthony Joshua at this stage. Like I say, very confident Anthony Joshua comes through this one, and we do get the fight against Tyson Fury. But as we've seen before in the past, guys, when people have warm-up fights, things go wrong. We saw it when Deontay Wilder was meant to be boxing Anthony Joshua. He was having that warm-up against Joseph Parker. He got beat, and we didn't get that fight with AJ versus Deontay Wilder, the fight we've been talking about for a long time as well. So let's hope we don't get that curse again, and we finally get Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, back end of the year, possibly November, December.
There is some talk about maybe fighting more than once, isn't there? Maybe a couple of fights being lined up. Is that your understanding, Spencer?
Well, so my understanding is this is the way that I'm hearing things, Paul. This is the way that I think it is. Spencer Brown has said that Tyson Fury has just come through that fight with Arslan Makhmudov. He was out for 16 months, and Fury wants to have another fight in between this because AJ's obviously having this fight in July. So Tyson Fury's now talking about having another fight in July as well, and both guys meeting in November. That's what I'm hearing anyway. So I think that we could see Tyson Fury back in the ring. We definitely see AJ back in the ring. As Turki Al-Sheikh has said, he's in there with a guy in Saudi Arabia. But it's good to see AJ back. That's all I'm saying. But I do think we get the fight, guys.
Does November mean it will take place in Saudi Arabia?
Yes. No, November doesn't mean we'll get the fight in Saudi Arabia. No, we could get that at Wembley Stadium. I don't think they've announced a site yet. I don't think they've announced a country yet. But I personally feel that we will get AJ versus Tyson Fury at Wembley Stadium. I think that's the fitting place for both
the British
these
fans
guys.
want that,
and it's possibly the last time we'll see AJ and Tyson Fury in the ring together.
Yeah, okay. Well, it will be interesting.
Yeah, there'll be a rematch. Come on,
you'd like to think. I mean, it could be, as we said, if they go to 3 fights, then they're going to have long white beards by then, aren't they, Spencer?
Absolutely. Listen, look, they're both at that stage of their career. Anthony Joshua's 36, Tyson Fury's 37. Tyson Fury turned pro in 2009. AJ turned pro in 2013. They've both been around a long time. Yeah. They've done and achieved everything in the sport. The only thing that's missing, in this modern era of heavyweight boxing is these two guys haven't boxed. I think that, we get it once. They will probably sign a contract to have it twice. Forget about the third one, because you're right in what you say, Paul. I think they'll both have white beards by then. But look, we just want to see that fight, and let's hope now, I think we're closer than ever. We get that fight happening in November.
And we all know it's at least 5 years too late, but it doesn't stop it being intriguing. And it doesn't stop it being a fight that we all want to see.
No, totally agree, Paul. Look, Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, I admit, I agree with you guys that they're not at their best now. They are at, the tail end of their careers, but it's still the biggest fight in boxing. There's an intrigue there. This this reaches out to the masses, people that are not boxing fans. Everyone's wanting to see this. I think that they've been the dominant force of the heavyweight division for the last decade or so, and we want to see them both. To seal off of what has been a fantastic era of boxing with some big names around in and around the sport. With Deontay Wilder's name thrown in there as well. We need to see these two in the ring, and I think it is the massive fight that we do finally get.
Nice one. Thanks, Spencer.
Cheers, guys.
Spencer Oliver there with the news that it is being teased by Turk Al-Sheikh that AJ Fury is on. His opponent, Christian Prenga, the Albanian who fights out of the States, as Spencer just said.
Quietly confident, isn't he?
Well, not even quietly. Anthony Joshua's a great fighter, but he's made a terrible miscalculation in picking me as his opponent, he says. This is the kind of fight that changes everything in my life and his. I know they have big plans ahead after this fight. I know they're overlooking me. I'm happy about that. I will derail their plans and shock the world this July in Saudi Arabia. So he's talking the talk. Let's see how he does in the ring in July. And I'm sure there'll be more on that as the afternoon unfolds.
On AM, on DAB, via the TalkSport app and on your smart speaker. TalkSport.